Hi, I'm Jeremiah, the Facility Operations Manager here at Paws Dog Daycare.
And hi, I'm Richard Witherell, the founder of Paws Dog Daycare. Today we're going to talk about...
Well, today we're going to talk to you about how to create additional revenue for your facility by adding a retail store. Now this is something that's kind of tricky to begin with. So would you say you don't want to start out with a retail store just as soon as you open up your facility? Or do you want to maybe try and get a client base and also you've got to have the capital to start out a retail store, because it's not going to be cheap. Even something that's going to be small, you're going to have to buy 3, 4, 5, 6 of everything to keep your store stocked, and just to get into the black, you're looking at a long-term commitment.
Retail is, he said it best, retail is very, very tricky. When you initially open up your store, if you choose to offer retail, you need to offer specialty items that can't be found anywhere else. It's inherent nature for people that want to start up a retail store, you not knowing how to do it, you stock your store with what you've seen in other stores. So people go out and they buy these collar and leash sets from vendors and your common dog foods and things like that, but failing to consider that those resources are available for sale everywhere else. If you're going to get into the dog daycare industry, you're a small business. Don't go into the retail end of it thinking that you're going to put out some of the big box stores, because you're not. What you need to do is you need to find your, like anything else when you're a small business, you need to find your niche, whatever that is. And going past the initial opening up of your dog daycare, when you do get into specialty foods, your specialty holistic foods, things that can't be found anywhere else, maybe some of your absolute raw foods, there's like tripe and beef lung and things like that, people that actually feed their dog raw. Items that can't be sourced anywhere else, and you'll be the only supplier of. Retail is very, very tricky. Additionally, what he hit on is that it is a significant capital investment. Anything that you have in your retail store has already been bought and paid for by you. And much of it, I mean, to have a stock store, you're going to have anywhere from $10,000 to $150,000 worth of retail products sitting on the shelves, so that you have a wide variety for people to shop.
And well, you got to have enough of them to shop as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And the vendors you can't really listen to, because the same vendor that's coming to your facility is going to the big box store down the street and selling them the exact same thing. You may feel like you get a little bit of intel from him, so to speak, by him saying, oh man, these leashes and collars, they fly off the box store shelves like hotcakes. Also, another thing that you've got to remember is those big box stores have quadruple, maybe sometimes 10 times the foot traffic of people just wanting to buy retail. They're going in there specifically to buy retail. And so, just to interject, when you do establish a retail account, and we covered that in a previous video with the sales tax and use certificate, when that vendor does come, one thing to always consider is that in 99% of cases, the vendors for the sales reps for any particular vendor work by commission. So they're gonna tell you an item sells like hotcakes. They're gonna tell you it's flying off the shelves, because that may be a slow item that, I mean, their company's having a problem moving, and they get an additional bonus if they can move it out to the small vendor. Or it's an item that he's telling the guy down the street this sells like hotcakes, and he's oversaturating the market with that same product. Yeah, and one of the things about the sales reps is I've noticed also in a couple of instances here, they'll add a couple of things onto your order that you didn't order. Oh, I figured you might like those. Well, I mean, we call them back and tell them, don't do that again. But it's another thing also, as with any business and any venture that you do, you've got to really stay on top of it and you know, dot your I's and cross your T's and make sure everything's accounted for. And one of the things about it is, you know, when they come in trying to push those things off on you, like Richard had touched on, you've really got to know your niche. I mean, you know, Beneful may be the best-selling dog food in the world,
but it's not going to work well for a small business like ours.
Yeah, exactly, because everywhere else around is carrying it.
However, brands like Blue Buffalo and things like that are carried at your box store but sold, I mean, at an exorbitant markup, may work well for this business. Another thing you got to consider, and I'm going to break a myth, if you haven't ever gotten into the retail business, is as a retail store, you make very, very little on dog food. There's extremely tight margins on dog food. So one thing that you always need to consider that your primary streams of income are not going to be a retail. Your primary streams of income are going to be the services you offer, be they daycare, boarding, or grooming. So build your retail store in such a way that it attracts people into your business so as you can sell them your services. So you have a chance to give them a tour. If you need to sell, some retail products at a slight loss, at 3%, or sell them at cost, just so that people start coming to you and start telling their friends that, hey, I can buy dog food X $6 cheaper a bag than I can buy it at a big box store, then that gets people into your store and gives you the opportunity to sell them your services. I mean, everything is geared around the services you offer.
Absolutely. And for more information, you can always visit www.pawsdogdaycare.com. At the lower left-hand corner, you'll see an icon that says how to start your own dog daycare. Just click on that, and that will unleash a wealth of information, some of which is paid for, and a lot of which is free.
Yeah, the entire manual is online. It's free. You're more than welcome to peruse it, read it. If you would like to download a copy for yourself, then you would have to purchase that. But everything else is free. Thank you. Have a nice day.